Hey all, welcome back again to the pre-market report by Invesfinc. In today's video, we will share the outlook on Nifty, Sensex, Banknifty and FINNIFTY for 30th May 2025. In addition to this, we will also be sharing the trending stocks from today's trade. So stick with us until the end of the video. Before we jump onto the details, please go through the disclaimer. Now let's begin with the analysis on Nifty 50. So we are at the Nifty 50 daily chart. So in yesterday's trade, we had discussed that from last 2 days, we have been seeing that Nifty has started to show weakness. But today we opened gap up, and then from that stage, we immediately started slowdown or weakness was seen, and we altogether touched 24,677 levels, which was the lowest. In fact, the last 2 days of lows also had been cut today, and by around 2 o'clock to 2:30, and then suddenly at 3 p.m. we saw significant up move coming in for roughly around 100 odd points, and that is when we had touched the high of 24,892 levels, which was the high of the previous day. And then there was a sell off of roughly around 60-70 odd points from there, and lastly we closed at 24,833 levels. So now this shows that there have been a significant bounce back from the lower levels, and we have almost crossed around 150 odd points as a catch up or up move. So this suggests that there are high probabilities now for Nifty to start showing that positive trend, and we would immediately maybe by end of this new expiry June 5th, we might cross the previous highs of 25,000 150 160 odd levels. So our target remains to be on longs or positive. The conditions for those would be that as long as Nifty is able to close above 24,870 levels for almost like two trading sessions, then that would give a confirmation for us that we are headed for the another leg of up move. So once we start, crossing those particular ranges or trade beyond 24,870 to 900 levels, then that gives a confirmation for the next up move, which could, cross even 24,400 odd levels. On the lower side, this zone of 24,600 or 700 remains crucial for us. So as long as this level is sustained, we are safe and we need not to panic or worry. Once we start trading below 24,500 odd levels, then that would act as a trigger for the further sell off to come in. Now let's see from the perspective of open interest. So this is just the first day of open interest for 5th June weekly expiry. Still, we could see there have been lot of open interest positions that got initiated on the short side. So on the calls, if you see at 25,000 odd levels, we see significant 30 to 40% open interest positions, and even at 24,800 odd levels, where the Nifty is trading at the money, both from the calls as well as put side, we see significant open interest position built up. Now looking at the overall open interest positions that have been taken, seems to be an upper hand on the call side. So until unless we do not significantly close 24,900 levels for at least two trading sessions, then we should not consider that Nifty might significantly move up and cross 25,000 levels. So this is going to be a crucial zone for Nifty. So once we cross that, then the positivity would come in, and then a lot of support can come even from the put writers, and we could see or head towards the next leg of up move. On the PCR front, overall it is 0.7, which is slightly medium bullish, we can say, and at the money it is 0.68 again, which is positive. Now from the perspective of Sensex, so in fact even Sensex opened gap up, and then we saw a significant sell off coming in, and then there was a recovery that came in. This major recovery came from the banking stocks, that is when there have been a significant up move. So there was almost a swing of around 700 odd points today in Sensex, and good to see that we have reclaimed that negativity from last 2 days and closed on a positive note of roughly around 0.39% or 320 odd points. So now this suggests that from here on Sensex would become strong, and then we head towards the previous highs of around 82,500 level. Once we cross those levels, then we are headed towards 84,000 in the immediate term for Sensex. So overall, Sensex seems to be comparatively positive to the Nifty. It is just a matter of a day or 2 days trading session. Once we see this level is sustained, then we are headed for the next leg of up move. From the perspective of open interest, but surprising open interest, does not give a similar clarity or picture. So if you see, despite we have been trading below the um, uh, 81,000, okay, yeah, so 81,500 levels is what we could see. There have been significant put writing that has happened, and also we saw a massive call writing that has been done. But despite this, we do not see that on the calls the unwinding has happened. Though we have crossed beyond 81,500, still the unwinding is not done. And here as well, until 82,000 levels, we do not see significant open interest positions from the put writers have been built up. So the charts depict positivity. However, the same is not reflected on the open interest. So we will wait for a day's time to get a clarity how the traders are participating and what they anticipate for the weekly expiry on Sensex. On the PCR, it is sluggish and not that positive. Overall, it is zero point 0.6, and at the money also it is 0.062. Now moving on to Bank Nifty. So in fact, yesterday we had discussed, compared to the major two indices, Sensex and Nifty, Bank Nifty as well as FINNIFTY seemed to be positive. And in fact, that positive note had been played out. For the majority of the day, the banking stocks were on a positive note. And then they have closed 129. Bank Nifty has closed 129 points above, closing 0.23% on the higher side. Now we are again at the same level. For last four trading sessions, we have touched 55,000, 700, 800 odd levels, but we have not been able to cross that. So once we see that, then we are headed towards crossing the previous all-time highs of around 55,950 odd. So Bank Nifty would be the leading pack from here on, which would drive the Nifty as well as Sensex towards the further highs. So we are just 400 odd points away to cross the all-time highs again. So we will wait. Maybe in a week's time we can anticipate this move can come up, and we would again move towards the all-time highs for Bank Nifty. For us, the support should be at 55,000 levels, because we have approached here, tested multiple times, and then there was a buyback that was seen. So this suggests that at every low levels, whenever we are approaching, the buyers are jumping onto it to you know take the banking stocks or Bank Nifty on the higher side. So that suggests that this is going to remain a strong support for us, at least in the near term. Now let's see from the perspective of open interest. So open interest, there is nothing much we can talk, because it is just the first day for the 26th June expiry, monthly expiry. However, we could very clearly with the naked eyes see it, that there have been more positivity or more buying that is seen from the buying, meaning to say there have been more writing from the put writers, which suggests that 56,000 levels is going to be a crucial support once we start moving ahead to those levels. For the present moment, if you see, we have some slight open interest positions that got added both on the calls as well as put, and we see there is more strength on 55,000 odd levels from the put writers. So looking at the open interest, there is more positivity for the longs on Bank Nifty, which is very evident and clear. Even PCR is at zero point 0.8, which is positive, and at the money it is 0.93, which is significantly bullish. Now moving on to FINNIFTY. So even FINNIFTY, after trading on the lower side immediately on the opening, it reclaimed further and went on to the positive note by closing at 0.10%, 26 points up compared to the previous day. Now, FinNifty have also been, trading in this range for almost like 4 or 5 trading sessions now, and we are just like 350 points away, or sorry, 250 points, yeah, sorry, 350 points away, the 52-week high. So if you see, compared to again the major indices, both the financial services stocks as well as banking stocks have been, comparatively performing really well, and there have been, good recovery we had seen from the lower levels. So for us, the immediate support would stand as 26,300 odd levels, which was like today's low. And then on the long side, if for the next 2 trading sessions we trade positive above this zone of 26,600 odd levels, then we are headed towards closing above the all-time highs in the coming week. So financial services sector as well as banking stocks would drive for the next up move on the Nifty. From the open interest perspective, yes, it depicts a strong, support held from the put writers at 26,000 odd levels, which overall maybe for this entire month we may not, cross. That is how, the strength seems to be. And on the at the money also we see there have been more strength, or more writing from the put writers, even at 26,400 odd levels. So this suggests that compared to the call writers, the put writers seem to be, quite bullish, and have been confidently taking the trades at the significant at the money levels, which again, suggests that there is a strength that we can expect, and then we would have a strong support at these levels until 26,000 odd. On the PCR front, it is zero point 0.8, which is again positive, and at the money also it is at 0.88, which is again significant, and we could see that bullish moves expected in the upcoming weeks. Now comes the important topic: how the market participants have taken the positions and traded for the day. So FIIs have been short on index futures. They have been continuing the same kind of positions as yesterday. On the index options, they have again been holding the shorts, uh, though they have, taken long positions on the call side, and they have hedged that with the put positions on the long side. So net net, the FIIs are short on index to the tune of around 59,000 odd contracts. Proprietary traders mildly have been holding shorts on index futures, and on index options again they have been short to the tune of 33,000 odd contracts. On call options they are long, and they have hedged put options by again going long by double the quantity. So net net, again proprietary traders are short by 33,000. Both FIIs as well as proprietary traders do not seem to be carrying the bullish trades, both on the index options as well as futures. Now let's see from the perspective of retailers. So retailers on index options have been long to the tune of 57,000 odd contracts, And on index options, they have been massively long by 1.03 lakh contracts. On call options, they have shorted to the tune of 1.01 lakh contracts, and on put options again they have shorted as part of hedge with double the quantity. So net again, the clients or retailers have been long significantly on the index options. So we have to see in the upcoming trades whether it is the institutions who are going to win, or is it the retailers. On the cash market, uh, there have been no significant, carryovers by FIIs, but still they have taken long to the tune of 884 crores in the cash market. However, DIIs have been quite bullish, and they have, invested 4,287 crores in the cash market, which is, quite significant. So overall, retailers are long, and proprietary traders and FIIs are short. On the cash markets, both FIIs as well as DIIs have been long. Now moving on to the next segment, the trending stocks. So the first up is Cummins India. So we saw a significant surge of around 6.5% today on Cummins India, with 1.193 points up move. So this rally on the upward movement appears to be primarily driven by the company's outstanding financial results for the fourth quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. This were announced yesterday, and we could see that reactivity happening in the stock in today's trade. So if I have to talk from the perspective of results, then the results have been quite robust in terms of profit growth. The net profit was 561.52 crores for Q4 FY25, a substantial rise of 54.4% increase compared to the last year's profit of 363.68 crores in the same quarter. So this significantly beats the market expectations. That is when we had seen the stock jumping up around 6.5%. Even not just maybe profits, the revenue also came quite strong. It rose by 21.5% year on year on the revenue standpoint, from 1933.33 crores in the last year to 2349.23 crores in this year. And even the full financial year net profit also climbed by roughly around 50% to the tune of 1,808 crores. Uh, so this shows a substantial rise overall on all the three perimeters: full year-on-year profit, revenues, as well as the quarterly profit. So that is when we could see with strong volumes, there have been, significant up move that was seen in Cummins India. And we have been trading in this tight range of around 300 to 350 odd points for a very long time. And now, because of the results, we could see there have been significant volumes with which the stock has moved up by roughly 6.5%. Now, the expectation is if it comes, falling further, then it would touch at this level and then rise back sharply. Else we might not even get opportunity. From tomorrow itself again we could see that up movement in the stock. So overall, we there are high probabilities that we would reach towards 3600 odd levels, which was again, this was a kind of, box which the stock traded for a very long time. So we might, move towards this level further again. Now next is Apollo Tyres. So Apollo Tyres had dropped by around 14.5 points uh, to the tune of 2.94%. So the drop in today's, trade appears primarily because of profit booking. There was a significant rally that we have been seeing for almost, mid of April month, and that was like a one-way rally of around, 30% odd, not exactly 30, maybe at least, 25% odd in the stock. And since we have been consolidating for almost like 10 odd trading sessions now, and if you see this resistance the stock had touched multiple times. So once, twice, thrice, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, almost like eight trading sessions we have touched or approached around 5,500 as the levels. However, it was not able to cross those levels, and after multiple attempts, uh, lastly there was a profit booking that was seen in the stock, and then we fell roughly around 3%. Now if the sellers continue to hold the positions, then we might see further another 3 to 4% down move that might come in. The immediate support comes around at 460 odd levels. So from here another maybe 4 to 5% down can be expected. So overall, I think the stock had majorly done well. This would be just a knee-jerk reaction, and then once we, take a support at these levels around 460 odd, we might again see the up move coming in. So time will only tell how the stock is expected to move up. But yes, you can track closely for the further updates. So that's it from our side on the analysis on the indices as well as on the trending stocks. So if you found today's analysis insightful, please give a thumbs up to our video and share it for the maximum reach. I will also encourage you all to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any daily episodes of the pre-market report. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video for the next week.